It's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I... Oh god, I'm 31 this year! Oh, time sucks. Anyway, welcome... Anyway, it's that Canadian Fangirl's birthday month. For the entire month of April, this is the month where I talk about things that I personally love. Things that basically have defined who I am as a person. You know, things that mean a lot to me. Not so much, oh, what's the word? You know, that are important to me, but things that I just feel really passionate about. I know it's basically the top podcast anyway, but it's my birthday. I'm gonna do this. Persona! That being said, Persona! Oh, what can I say about the Persona series? Particularly Persona 3. I don't know. I never played a little Persona. My introduction was, ironically, the Persona 5 anime, which is probably the best way to get introduced to that whole franchise. Particularly because then I played Persona 5 and realized that the anime was kind of lacking. But nevertheless, when Persona 3 Portable got announced that it was getting ported to modern consoles last year, I knew I had to pick it up. But then in Persona 4 Golden because I wanted to play it. So I picked up both Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden on my Switch. And I started playing through Persona 3. Oh my god. Persona 3 is probably my new... Yeah, one of my new favorite RPGs. It is probably the best story I've ever seen in a video game. And I played Kingdom Hearts. I played Final Fantasy. I played Xenoblade. It's like, Persona 3's story just hits different. Everything about it is, it's hard to put into words. It is hands down probably one of the best things I've ever played. Well, it's one of the best stories I've ever experienced. Gameplay is another story entirely. I don't think the gameplay in Persona 3 Portable is that great. I will say that. I picked up Persona 3 Reload, the remake that came out. Plays way better. It's like, yeah, they took what they learned from making Persona 5 and applied it to Persona 3, and it makes the game so much better. Because it's the amazing cast and the amazing story of Persona 3 mapped on the Persona 5's amazing gameplay. And if you haven't played Persona 5, it is like one of the best feeling games you're ever gonna play. That game plays so well. Oh my god, that is the game I love playing. Alice was one of the last few game developers who really do turn-based. Like, when you think of turn-based RPGs, it's like, there's not too many. Okay, it's Pokemon, but Pokemon is basically its own thing. But it's like, turn-based RPGs are dying out, sadly. Everything, like, Square is going to the action RPG route. Like, most of their games nowadays are action RPGs. Occasionally you'll see Square go back to the turn-based formula, but it's like, not a lot. It's like Final Fantasy is no longer turn-based. Unless they really want to go back to turn-based, I would love to think they do. Kingdom Hearts is not turn-based. It's like, and for what was basically, the reason RPGs became so big was turn-based animation, and the fact that basically no one does it anymore, that's kind of sad. It's like, there are some of the turn-based RPGs that are so fun. Also kind of frustrating when you realize that most of what it is basically that's RNG based on stats. Yeah, it's like, I have to outspeed, like, oh wait, no, my speed is, like, slightly lower than the other guy, so I don't get to go first, but, like, there's that, but, like, there is something really fun about, getting into a battle. You have your menu of, like, 5 different, things: attack, magic, items, defense, escape, whatever, and basically choosing what you want to do from a menu, and it's like, man, I love those. And Persona does that well. So yeah, I want to talk about why I love Persona 3 and why going into Persona 3 Portable, I am so glad I went into that game blind. I knew nothing about that story going in. The only thing I knew about Persona 3 Portable, or Persona 3 in general, was how they summoned the Personas, the idea of C's, and that was really it. Because I knew it was the game, well, the guys, they take out their gun and shoot themselves in the head. That's the only thing I really knew about Persona 3, was that they shoot themselves in the head to summon their Personas. Which is an amazing image. Basically, it's like, I am so confident in the world, I'm just gonna shoot myself I'm just gonna pull the trigger directly at my head. It's like, that is cool. That's just cool to me. I love that. Like, that's an image. Like, that sets that game apart. Also, I knew Persona 3 was the game that I think gave Persona its main identity, because I think prior to Persona 3, a lot of what we associated with Persona wasn't exactly a thing yet, and Persona 3 was the reason a lot of that, basically came to light. So it's like, and you can tell because from what I played in Persona 4 and the bits I played in Persona 5, it's definitely a lot more polished. Hell, I think Reload's a lot more polished. Reload, the original Persona definitely, it definitely feels like it was a game that was made in 2009? I'm gonna assume, because the calendar of Persona 3 is 09. It's like, as an image, it's like, damn, this game is over 10 years old? That's amazing. But yeah. So, I mean, what is that with Persona? Like, I'll start with the cast, because I don't really want to get in the story yet, but no one talks about Persona 3's cast, and I'm just gonna say this, I think Persona 3's has probably the most well-rounded and likable cast I've ever seen. Like, everyone talks about Persona 4's cast and Persona 5's cast. No one really, mentions the cast of Persona 3. It's like, and I really, really like the protagonist of 3. I played the male protagonist because it's my first time, and I didn't want to jump into the female route, but I like the look of the male protagonist. It's like, I mean, you can't really say much about him because he's supposed to be a blank face because he's supposed to be an insert. Like, it's getting about Makoto Yuki. It's like, but like, he's got a cool design. I like his look. I like I like the overall look of him. He's got this kind of interesting nature to him that basically makes him look really cool. I mean, is he the best looking design in a Persona game? Maybe not, because we're in a world where Persona 5 is this and Joker is iconic. Like, I mean, no, Joker is amazing design, so I'm not gonna sit there and say he looks better than Joker. It's like, no. Aesthetically speaking, I think Joker is the way coolest design, because Joker just has this, look to him. It's like, yeah. And like, I like the fact that the little uniform with the C-Zone band, and like, it looks neat. But like, the rest of the cast is great. I love Yukari. I think Yukari's a fun female character. Junpei is like really endearing when you get down to like the nitty gritty of his character. Mitsuru is like probably like one of my favorite characters in the game. Mitsuru is like so cool. It's like, that woman walks so we can get Makoto in Persona 5 to run. It's like, no, Masato is instantly cool. Like, she's like one of the best senpai. And it's like, if you're not romancing Masato, what is wrong with you? She's amazing. I mean, my favorite character was Akihiko senpai, who is, oh, I love Akihiko. I love Shinjiro. I love Aigis, Fuka, Ken, Komo is my little puppy, and I love him. He is probably the hands down the best puppy in video games. I love Koro-chan. He is, other than dealing little, I put him in my final boss team. I love Koro-chan that much. He is so fun. But like, and like, they're a good, well-rounded cast. With, you wouldn't think going into it, because it's like, yeah, they seem kind of, nice, but they're like, you get to basically which goes to the fact that the story of Persona 3 is so good, because you get to the end of that game, and you see what all the plot has taken these characters, and you realize that these are some of the most three-dimensional characters ever. It's like, Yukari's, determination to basically, donation makes sense. Masato's makes sense. Akihiko has an amazing arc. Junpei's turn is amazing. They all got great turns, and I'm gonna go into spoilers, because, let's be honest, again, the game's over 10 years old, and it's like, yes, technically Reload just came out, but it's like, okay, if you're playing Reload and you don't know anything about Persona 3's story, move away, but it's like, I have to talk about details of the story of this game, because the story in this game is so good. You think it's all simple, There was a magic 13th hour between midnight and 1 a.m. because of the dark hour. People are transmogrified into coffins. Turtles basically appears. And you and your friends basically go on the turtles to basically fight shadows because you're trying to rid the world of the dark hour. And every full moon, you fight a powerful shadow. You gain a new ally. And it's like, okay, it's the same thing. You're trying to rid the world of the dark hour. Pretty straightforward. And then you fight all 12 shadows. The dark hour is still a thing. And you realize, oh, no. By what we just, made it so that death is coming and the world's going to end. And we'll all go, and basically everyone's going to die, and now you're fighting basically death to basically save the world. And it's like, but again, seems pretty self-explanatory, but like it's also huge stakes, particularly compared to I think Persona 4 and Persona 5, you're really, the world's not ending in either of those games. Like, Persona 5, you're fighting to basically change the heart of self as adults. It's not like, by doing so, you're saving the world. It's like, no, you're just fighting injustice. Persona 4 is a plot of a murder. Literally, you're basically trying to solve a murder case. It's like, Persona 3, you're literally trying to save the world. It's like, I don't know, it's pretty big. But, like, I think that's why I like the characters so much, because, like, at the end of the day, there'll still these really likable characters that show why it's important to basically keep moving forward and to keep living, and it's like, I don't know, it's got some really, interesting philosophy about the fact that, you're fighting Nyx, which is basically death coming to end the world. And Nick made some good points about, we're all gonna die eventually. And it's like, and no one argues that. Because it's like, oh yeah, we all know the end is coming. We're all gonna die. But we want to basically, move forward into the future and basically keep and fighting because we want to keep living. It's like, I don't know. Like, yeah, we played that a lot, but like, I like the way they put it in Persona 3. It just feels right. And that's like, some... I will say that I haven't beat Persona 3, and I was trying to finish it before this episode. Nyx... By God, the Nyx fight. I love the build-up for Nyx. I think Nyx is an amazingly built-up fight, because you have maybe a month. No, you have 2 months, because you made a will of Nyx, you made a will of Nyx before in December and the fight at the end of January. So, you made a whale of Nyx, so you have 2 months to prepare for the guy. Well, the girls, I think Nyx is a woman. So, yeah, the build-up is great. You have like 2 months to basically sit there and painstakingly going over your levels, your persona abilities, your skills, your equipment. Making sure your parties in order, which I did. By God, that Nyx fight. Ugh. That thing is 13 phases, and by the end of after dying to Nyx maybe 5 times, I was just done. It's like, I'm just tired. I can't even say Nyx is a hard fight, because once you know the pattern for Nyx, it's not bad. Because, use your buffing skills. You have status moves for a reason. Heal when you get, when you get halfway because you need to keep your party talked up. And just keep applying damage. You have to defend on that one move. And it's like... So, I guess, it's really, good God, that fight is long. Again, I took me 5 attempts, I kept dying. I think I spent 6 hours fighting Nyx, and, by the end, it's like, I'm just done. I am so exasperated. It's like, I can't anymore. I'll come back to this fight later. I quick save, because I'm not fighting Strike again. It's like, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's like, if I quit, I'm going back to basically where I save, which is right before the end game, I'm fighting Strike, with the 2 guys Strike again. It's like, I'm not fighting Strike, I'm just gonna quick save. I'll probably go back to it eventually. I said that it was Persona 5 too, and I still haven't gone back to it. Persona 5 is a different thing. Persona 5 I got walled by the Okumo boss fight, which I think is one of the worst fights in Persona 5, because that fight sucks. I freaking hate the Okumo boss fight in Persona 5. That fight can go suck a goose. That fight can suck it. I freaking hate Okumura. It's probably the first time I ever rage quit in a boss fight. I hate that guy. Ugh. If I can rant a bit about Okuma Persona 5. 1, that chapter's not super strong anyway. That chapter's not super strong. 1, I hate the fact that fight's on a time limit, because it's why? Because, 2, part of that boss fight, they do summon mooks to basically, protect them. And you have to take those mooks out using, you have to target those mooks with, basically what they'll particularly weak to, which is basically different, moves, fire, ice, electricity. I think one of the guys is psychic energy. It's I do not have, at the time into the boss fight, I did not have a psychic move that could take the guy out in one hit, and I was taking him down to half health, and they run if they get weak, because if you hit them and you don't defeat them, so the guy runs, and then he summons 4 new guys, and I got into a loop of that, because I couldn't kill them all in one hit, and I had to constantly take times to heal, because I was getting weak, because if Joker died, I have to start the fight over again anyway, but you have to go quick, because you're on a time limit. I fucking hate that fight! I am sorry I had to swear there, but I hate Okumura. That guy can go die in hell. I hate that fight. Man! Fuck that dude! I hate it! I think literally my only argument right now, if I go back to Persona 5, I'm gonna go and grind, because I think I have to. I need a strong move, I'm still getting so heated there that I think I swore, but it's I can't. I hate that fight. Don't talk about Persona 3 because I actually like it. I can't say that. I like Persona 5, but like, ugh. Bad taste in the mouth. So Persona 3. Strega. Let's talk about Strega. Strega is, I don't know. You don't really know. I mean, they're a mysterious group that you don't really know much about, outside of the fact that they're also Persona users. They're clearly acting opposite of you and your team. But they have an interesting dynamic, particularly when you get to the end game and they tell you that they basically face injustice and they want, basically, to basically see it through. It's like, I mean, it doesn't help that I kept calling Tatayo Jesus because, like, okay, dude looks like a really pale Jesus. I'm sorry, that design kind of looks like a Jesus. Kind of looks like Jesus, but he's just really pale. So it's like, yeah, I'm just calling him Jesus. I'm calling him Pale Jesus. But it's like, again, and like, I do like how they'll go into the story and how they do tie in to basically, well, I think four your characters, because it's Junpei, Akihiko, Ken, and Shinjiro. Like, Shinjiro has the most connection with them. Down to the fact that, I have to say that I didn't know about Shinjiro's fate in Persona 3. It's like, when they got to the bit with, when Takaya put the gun, I said they was like, oh shit. And then when Shinjiro got shot, I was like, oh no! I literally gasped, and Akihiko basically, all, upset because his friend was dying. Ken's reaction, basically realizing that, Shinjiro just took a bullet for the kid. It's like, that got me. I literally sat there when they cut to the funeral the next day with Shinjiro in the coffin. It's like, my God, did they just go there? I did not know Shinjiro died. And it kind of basically, bumped him up, and the character, significantly, because it's like, okay, Shinjiro, one of my favorite characters now. And then Akihiko gets this great moment, no, Akihiko's number one for me, because Akihiko is just, it's perfect. But Shinjiro is probably number two, because it's like, I didn't know I would like Shinjiro at all. It's like, because he's very much the trope of the scaly-looking guy who secretly has a heart of gold. He's like, oh, he's got, this big opposing dude. And it's like, oh, he looks like he'd be a really tough, scaly guy. But he's actually, this really, kind-hearted, softy who, cares about kids and puppies. And he's does a good dude. And it's like, though, when they got to the bit with Shinjiro, it's like, no, I like him. I like his relationship with Akihiko. I do like how, after the stuff with Shinjiro, Akihiko's dialogue in combat does change. He'll have things like, I'm fighting for him. Did you see that, Shinji? It's like, I like that. It's like, it shows how much of, a good relationship they had. And then you add, Ken into the... then you add Ken's relationship, too, with... The fact that Persona 3 has basically a 10-year-old child in your main cast, he's a fifth grader, he's probably 10. But, the fact that he's 10, he has the potential to become a Persona, and he wants to fight with a bunch of high schoolers to basically save the world. That'd be really cool, and I really do like Ken as a character. It's like... Now, Ken isn't dealing. Most of the stuff is basically, he just wants to, do what's right because he lost his mother and Shinjiro because of the stuff with the Dark Owl. So it's like, yeah, kind of basic. I still like him. And then you have Junpei's connection with Strega because of his relationship to Chidori. With, again, before the Chidori stuff, Junpei was probably my least favorite member of sees just because Junpei's just kinda... He's just kinda your bro. And it's like... compare him to characters like, Ryuji from Persona 5, or that Yosuke from Persona 4, it's like, I don't know. Junpei seems like he's not as good, but... Man, Junpei comes around by the end. It's like, I do like him. Cause I don't know. Junpei's this kind of thing that's kind of... He's just kind of there. And he doesn't really get much to do until you get the stuff with Chidori. Well, you know, he forms this general relationship with her. And then Chidori, you know, sacrifices herself to save Junpei. And Junpei basically, you know... Junpei basically, you know, takes Chidori's sacrifice and basically uses that as his motivation, because, like, I'm not gonna die when Chidori gave her the life of mine. It's like, no, it does make Junpei seem like a way better character. And it's like, I do like him. I can't say my favorite character in the cast, because honestly, if I had to rank the cast, for me, it would be a three senpai: Akihiko, Shinjiro, and Masaru. I guess probably Yukari. And then probably Ken, Komaru, Fuka, and then Junpei. And it's like, I don't even say that Junpei's a bad character, but it's like, your three senpais that I guess get some of the best character stuff, which is why I like them more. Yukari gets some great bits because, you know, of her, you know, the fact that her story is tied into basically everything because her dad was a reason for the Kirijo group. And so she's fighting to basically, you know, for what her dad believed in. And that makes her a lot more endearing. And like, again, Ken's got some good stuff, particularly because a lot of his stuff is wrapped in with Shinjo and Akihiko. And then, like, you get Komaru, Fuka, and Junpei, and they're all good characters. Well, Komaru doesn't get any character because Komaru is the dog. But it's like, just the fact that you can have a dog in your party is instantly just makes him as a demon to me, because he's a cute Shiba. It's like, he's a Shiba Inu, he's cute, I don't care, I'm putting him in my party. Like, that's probably one of the reasons Nick is so bad, and I put Komaru in my party. I don't care, I'm finishing the fight with a puppy. I think I have Yukari and Akihiko to basically bounce it out, but it's like, it works. Like, Fuka's whole thing is basically, Fuka's character is basically, she's the insecure one who basically gains confidence throughout the game. And so her whole story is basically the fact that she became friends with the one girl who basically kind of, you know, was bullying her in the when you first met her, and then she basically formed this new friendship, and she wants to fight because she wants to be strong. Again, and there's not much to Fuka, but, you know, Fuka's fine for what she is. I can't say she's the best when it comes to basically, Scout. Because, well, I can't talk, I don't know the Scout in Persona 4, but in Persona 5, basically, Navigator is, Futaba, and Futaba just has so much character. It's like Futaba is your socially anxious, otaku, basically, otaku shut-in, who basically is totally into, otaku and basically anime culture, and basically is this, it's like, again, I know the Futaba chapter is great to that, so it's like, I can't say Fuka's as strong and needs something like Futaba, but like Fuka's fine for what she is. But man, There's so many things about Persona 3 that I can talk about. The social links in that game are, like, great. Like, oh my god, I love... Even outside of basically you interacting with C's, there are so many interesting characters in that game. I love interacting with Kenji, your one classmate, and his struggles. The Kazuki storyline for... I did track in Persona, in Portable. I picked the track team, because, like, track was fun. So, that, but Kazuki's whole story is probably one of my favorites. It's like, you know, how he wants to be the best, he's the track star, and he basically ends up by saying he's going to get the knee surgery. It's like, I love that. I love Yuko, I love Yuko's whole storyline. I love the Florida Stanton and Baby's storyline. The old couple at the one at the bookstore. The girl, Mako, the little girl at the shrine, who basically runs away with the parents that are divorcing. Oh, the film. Oh, Akinari, the dying man. Chihiro storyline. The student council. What's the name? Stuff of the student council. I don't know. I love them myself in Phoenix because, like, you don't really think of them because, you know, Music Club. What's his name? That's really great. I think the only social link I didn't get was, I think the devil social link, because I couldn't get that one to trigger. Was like, there's that, but it's like, there's so many good social links in that game. And like, they all have something that's kind of endearing to them, but like, if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably say, Chariot with his, Kazuki and the track team social link. Or, yeah, I'd probably say that. It's probably my favorite. Least favorite social link is probably, I think the one I was going into the... I can't talk about the Buddhist monk because that one does a weird trigger because it's at night. Wasn't a big fan of Gourmet King. It's like, I like him for the most part, but it's like, I don't know, if I wasn't going to a social link, I wasn't, you know, actively, you know, trying to basically finish his storyline, but it's like, it's fine for what it is. It's like, this is great persona design. Oh, the stuff with Elizabeth is great. It's like, the Velvet Room is always the Velvet Room. It's the place where you basically, you know, that's what you feel your persona, that basically, you know, craft song routine, that's basically the job. But it's like, there's always something different with, you know, the Velvet Room 8, and Elizabeth is so fun. Particularly when you get to the stuff with Elizabeth's quest stuff, where you have to do all these quests with Elizabeth. The quests are, like, all really fun. It's like, I actually started doing them more, because I realized I could do them, and it's like, there's some fun stuff, like, with the Persona one was, you know, really interesting when you're, like, you know, looking up, you know, how to, you know, different personas you have to basically, you know, acquire so you can basically fuse better personas, and it's like, the personas she has, you know, fuse other are really good. A lot of them I have on my team right now for the next fight. Although, one of them wasn't even for the next fight. I think it was a random persona I have it again, and it's like, it's probably my best persona right now. I think it's, what, Havani? Who had the heal spell. I think I gave ice magic, so it's like, man, I love that. I love Havani. She's a great persona. Thor was great too. I loved using Thor. Lilith is finally fun. There's some good personas in this game. I do like the fact that apparently, it's heavily implied you might do it with Elizabeth. I do like that. When you have to go on the date with Elizabeth because you want to, you know, see her around town, the last place you want to see is your dorm room. And then she sits on your bed, she says something, you walk over, screen goes black, and then it fades outside the dorm. It's like, did I just do it with Elizabeth? Hell yeah! I know, that is fun. It's like, it's heavily implied you really did it with Elizabeth. It's like, sweet. That's actually really cool. Particularly in the fact that, like, you know, romance is the thing, is you can romance a lot of females, and I'm going for the home row. I'm trying to romance every single woman. It's like, I got Yuko. I'm currently working on Mitsuru. It's like, I'm kind of working on Mitsuru. It's like, I can get Chihiro, I can get Yukari, I can get Fuka, I can get Aigis. I technically got Elizabeth right now. It's like, yeah, home route. And then you hear the girl, it's like, reverse home route, yeah! I love going home and getting slapped. I mean, it probably would. I have a feeling this probably the game where it's like, if you get found out, you're going for a hug, you probably get slapped by one of the girls. Like, how dare you try to date 5 women? It's like, damn you, Makoto. Damn you, Makoto Yuki. Is it Makoto Yuki or Yuki Makoto? I don't know. Whatever, that's a canon name. Man. But yeah, I am so glad I picked up Persona 3. And I'm so glad I have Reload, because it's experienced the game all over again, and the wonderful story that game is, and the twist that game takes you. It's like, again, Shinzo's death I didn't see coming. The stuff, I kind of figured Akutsuki was probably going to be a bad guy, because like when they introduce him, it's like, okay, there's like a 50% chance it's too setting. I mean, okay, there's like a 50% chance it's going to betray us. So he just has this look that he's obviously not up to no good. And then it's revealed like, oh yeah, no, by the way, he was totally in the wrong. But like, that whole stuff when you get to the, when you're on the cross, and like, oh, you want to be sacrificed? And like, I did not see that coming. What the hell? And he uses and he basically programs to basically, you know, basically sacrifice all you. Like, holy shit! I did not see that coming. But like, that's also a great plot point too. It's like, yeah. Particularly because that's also like what? At a point where it's like, you think the game's wrapping up, and it's still like 4 months. It's like, yeah, at the end of October, and it's like, okay, everything will be good. Like, nope, Dugout will still exist. I think you have 2 months where like you don't do anything on the full moon, and then suddenly like, oh, by the way, Nyx is coming. It's like, no, the entire end game of Persona 3 is excellent. It's like, it's one of those games I'm so glad I went, and again, I'm so glad I went to that game blind. I think my only nitpick with Persona 3, outside of the fact that I think Nyx is too long. Literally, Nyx does not have to be 13 phases. I get the gimmick. It's too long. But I think my only nitpick is I don't like the way Portable looks. Like, I don't know. I mean, Reload basically gave it a look that made it look like Persona 5, so it's like, I don't know. The visual novel stuff is like, the visual novel stuff is fine. I kind of wish we had cutscenes. Because the story is just character portraits and text boxes. It's like, you don't get to see any of the action. It's just sound effects and like, narrative description of basically what happened. It's like, I wish Portable had, you know, cutscenes where you could see, you know, some of the stuff happen. Well, instead of that, you know, it fades to black and you hear a sound effect. And it's like, the fact that basically the map for the most part is just the gameplay is just the map, and then you basically just move a cursor. You just move a cursor to check stuff. It's like, I don't know, it was probably at the time, it was probably like something they had to do to save space for hardware software stuff, but it's like, I kind of would have liked to have been able to control the main character instead of having his portrait in a cursor. I don't know. It's a nitpick, but it's like, it's kind of unfortunate that's the way particularly because that's the one they poured them on console, they poured portable, it's like, but I get it, because I think portable was probably the more complete game because it added stuff. But it's like, it also seems like weird that they just ported the game last year and we got the remake this year. That being said, Alice is having one hell of a year. It's like, man, Reload just came out. Same with Unicorn Overlord, but technically they helped make. We're gonna get Metaphor ReFantazio in November. It's like, wow, Alice is having a hell of a year. Add up to the fact that Shin Megami Tensei 5 is getting a DLC expansion pass. It's like, and then you have the DLC for those three really old. Like, Alice's having a good year. They're having a really good year. I mean, I think all they really need to do is either port or remaster episodes 1 and 2 so people can play them, and I think people would be happy with that. But it's like, I like Alice as a company. I think Alice has some good games. Shin Megami Tensei is fun. I love Persona. No one talks about Tokyo Mirage Sessions, but it's like, that game's a lot of fun. And again, for one of the few gaming companies that makes turn-based RPGs in an era where turn-based RPGs are becoming increasingly rare, I do have a special spot for Alice. It's like, no, give me more turn-based RPGs. I will support whatever Alice does if they're making the games turn-based. Because I do love turn-based RPGs. Man, I've been rattling on about Persona 3 for a while now, but it's like, man, love this game. Someday I'll beat Nyx. That day will not be this week, but I will beat Nyx. It's on my plans. I will do it. But thanks for tuning in for the first episode of Birthday Month. Again, these are all episodes that have personal meaning to me as a person. So keep tuning in, and remember, it's my birthday this month. I'm also so happy because the Spy Family movie comes out on my birthday, so it's like, oh, please say my theater is going to get Spy Family. I want to see Code White in theater on my birthday, because like, that was the ultimate birthday present. They gave me Spy Family. It's like, oh, please. Anyway, follow me on my socials. You know them. They're in the description. Remember to like and share this podcast. Share it around. That's how we grow the fandom. You know, no gatekeeping. We don't gatekeep in this community. Remember, fandoms keep you in a box. Like what you like. If you like something, you consider a fan of it. And remember, when people ask you what fangirl do you watch, it's that Canadian fangirl. Which Canadian fangirl? That Canadian fangirl. All right, later, peoples.